What's up, YouTube? My name is DougPMTG, and welcome to the crew. Do you want to get plugged into the best content in Magic the Gathering? This channel is why I really started to jump into this YouTube idea. I don't know if you know this, but there's content creators all around doing things in lots of cool, unique, and interesting ways to bring content to you. The type of content you like, the stuff you're gonna interact with. Now, not only am I gonna bring my favorite content to you, but this channel is also gonna let you jump into the conversation. I'm starting a hashtag called #MTG5, and it's pretty simple. You just post 5 things that you like out there in the world right now related to Magic the Gathering. I'm gonna sift through these things, and I'm gonna bring the content that I wanna share to everyone here on this channel. Don't like my 5? That's okay. Go find out your own. There's so much content in so many different platforms, and I'm just excited to start talking about it. Before I dig too deep into my favorite content of this week, I just wanna get real with you in 2 minutes or less. I had a crazy week on Twitter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a hashtag called #WatchCaleb, where it looks like I pretty much lost my mind. Those people who read through all of it either thought I was crazy or thought I was just trying to start a big conversation. See, I look around at the content and I think that there is some content that is not getting the views it deserves. The Magic the Gathering Pro Tour is the mecca of competition for us competitive Magic players. The players that play on our Pro Tour are among some of the most talented people I've ever met. I believe that our top personalities deserve more followers than they currently have. I also believe that our top content creators are dropping the ball in a big way at spreading their own influence. It's 2018, and if you're not even running your own Instagram page, Snapchat page, Facebook page, YouTube page, or paying someone a pretty nominal fee to do it for you, I think there's something wrong. So I'm calling out all pros. If you want to make better content and if you want people to engage with your content better, I'm going to be providing 15 YouTube links that you can just watch through and learn how to do it yourself. Or if you just want someone to make a fan page for you on Instagram and that person to reap all the rewards of the influence that Instagram can give you, first 5 pros who want it, I'll just make your page for free, and I'll generate free revenue and free traffic to your site for you for free. I'm gonna be the one who gains from that Instagram page because it's gonna be my own page and my own influence. So I suggest you do it for yourself. But if you're either lazy or too busy, I'm happy to do it for you for free. Why wouldn't I? Social media influence is a way to make money in 2018. People don't watch ads anymore. They have ad block, they're PVRing their shows or watching them on Netflix. If they're not listening to the radio, they're listening to Spotify or YouTube. Small businesses have to pay small influencers to start their businesses. On Twitter, I've really been promoting Mana Traders for a while. Mana Traders isn't something that I'm personally sponsored by. I did promote it on the podcast I was on, First Strike, a while ago. And back then, they weren't as big as they are now. Back then, they weren't able to do things as fast as they can now. They've grown a lot in the last year. And if they didn't have small YouTube channels, Twitch streams, podcasts, promoting them for very small amounts of money, I don't know how they would have grown. It's a new market and you gotta get on it. Now that I've addressed that, I wanna quickly address the most important piece to this entire YouTube channel. I'm gonna promote people on this channel and I'm gonna encourage you to go and watch their content. I'm gonna encourage you to go respectfully engage in their content. And this piece of respect is something that I've been talking to a lot of people on Twitter about. We wanna respect these content creators in their channels, but some of us don't even know how. I'm about to give you a sneak peek into my first person in the top 5 today and explain to you how I went about respectfully engaging in their channel. And that's none other than Autumn Burchett. For those of you who don't know Autumn, they happen to be our former English national champion. Ole, 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 ole! England! England! Come on, you blue boys! LC, LCF, LCFC, okay! Oh yeah, I was born in England. My dad lived there for 31 years before moving here. Some might call me a dual citizen. I call myself DougPMTG. But Autumn is not only the English national champion, but also a streamer, podcaster, recent Mox winner, recent online PTQ top 8er, content provider through Discord, premium writer on StarCityGames.com, but also an awesome person to interact with when you're in their chat. Now, why am I specifically talking about Autumn when I'm talking about respect? I personally had some things to learn before engaging with Autumn. Autumn was someone that I wasn't entirely sure how to make a video about. I went to Autumn's Twitter and right on their profile, it said they/she. See, that's one step of respect, is actually taking a second to do your own research. I wanted to know how to respectfully engage with Autumn, so I just went around and spent some time looking. I still wasn't sure which one was a preference though, so I decided to tweet to Autumn. I asked, and they responded. See, when we just engage in civil, respectful discourse, it's pretty simple. Maybe some of you haven't engaged with Autumn before. That's fine. I'm fairly confident that on a human level, content creators are excited for people to engage with them. And not all of them are gonna wanna teach every time, but a lot of content creators set up things like profiles or Twitch commands so that they can explain who they are. I want us all to start respectfully engaging in new types of content. I've been watching all sorts of streamers like True Dawn, who didn't make my top 5 this week, but has been super engaging. If you have friends that are newer to Magic, recommending them to someone like True Dawn is a great way to get them into it. Even on a podcast like Proven Combatants, Which Autumn's On. There's all sorts of different personalities. The Cats are a diverse group of hosts, and I love hearing each of their perspectives. Some are super competitive, some are slightly less competitive, and some like talking about cats, not themselves, but the actual cats. If you're not in their Discord and you like cats, you should be in their Discord. They're just posting about cats. Who doesn't love cats? I share a birthday with Nip the cat, the teeny baby. Nip loves me. Why don't you love Nip? Oh, and I hate to break it to you, I'm a dog person. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about respect. So for my first nomination this week, Autumn Burchette. Go and engage with them. They're awesome. They're giving tons of free information away. They're teaching you how to play Blue White Flash. They're discovering Legacy this week. And who knows what next. And that brings us to number 2. While we're on the topic of Twitch, why not talk about my favorite Twitch streamer, Yellow Hat himself. For those of you who don't know Nassif, he's had a storied career in Magic. He's also dabbled in poker, as well as other things. But now he's back on Magic streaming all the time. He has a way of talking about his choices and his picks that is so humble and so learning oriented. It's infectious. The more I sit and watch Yellow Hat stream, the better I get. Another awesome part about Nassif's stream is the people who are in the chat. Nassif has this thing called draw. He draws in a lot of cool pros and a lot of old schoolers. Last night, he had multiple members of a Pro Tour top 8 from 1997 engaging in his chat. These aren't people that you're gonna recognize their names. These are people who know Magic. If you wanna qualify for the Pro Tour and you wanna get better and you haven't subbed to Nassif, and you're not watching Nassif, you're doing something wrong. And Nassif, this is my call out to you. If you wanna get bigger and make more money for free, cross-platform yourself on social media right now, or I'll do it for you for free. Let's move right along to number 3 on the list. This man brings me a lot of pride, not just as a Canadian, et pas juste as une personne qui parle un peu de français, but also as a proud alumni of jefaceaface.com. Face-to-Face Games boasts themselves as being Canada's #1 site for Magic the Gathering card singles. If you don't agree, check him out yourself. Pascal Maynard is amazing. He was part of the unification of Team Mashdrop East and West. He's top 8 at a Pro Tour recently, and he's streaming for you. He's working really hard for you. His content is phenomenal, and if you haven't tuned in yet, I think you should. But enough about Twitch.tv. I shared 3 Twitch because this is my week's top 5. You don't like Twitch? Share your own top 5. Jump down in the comments, sign off on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Make me see your top 5, and I'll bring your top 5 to the world. Speaking of Instagram, let's jump off Twitch and head straight over there, where I'm talking about old school MTG on Instagram. We didn't all play Magic in 1993. We don't all own Alpha and Beta cards, but they look amazing. I'm telling you, if you have Instagram, follow old school MTG. You're welcome. And let's round it out with number 5. I should make a quick note. My top 5 is in no particular order. Your top 5 can be in a particular order. That's the best part about it being yours. So for number 5 this week, I'm talking the Game Podcast. I think Jerry T is a game changer. Jerry T does something that not every pro does. He talks openly about his entire testing process, the decks he's considering for tournaments, why he's considering them, and he's pretty fortunate to have a friend of mine, Brian Gottlieb, to sound out about it on his podcast. Brian is super intelligent. He has a great mind for deck building. He almost top 8 at a Pro Tour with a deck he worked really hard on. Guy likes cards like Kiln Fiend and cool limited strategies like 15 land blue-red decks that happen to get me to the top 8 of that format. So I might be a little bit biased, but guess what? I'm allowed to be. This is my show. I bet if you listen to that podcast, you'd gain some. It's not a huge commitment every week, and you can even listen to it on 1.5 times speed. Don't even know how to consume podcasts? That's okay. Tweet at me and I'll send you a link. Tell me what type of device you have and I'll find an app that can host it for you for free. So that's my top 5 and my welcome to the crew. I am so excited to bring you Magic content every week from here on out. I have someone who's agreed to come on and help edit these so that they're going to get better and better. And if you participate in the conversation and give this visibility, we're going to find the best content together. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm really excited to bring you my grind series that's debuting this week, which is pretty much a day-to-day vlog series leading up to my big event this weekend, #F2F5K, where I'm looking to take down some more hardware. So until next time, this is Doug P reminding you to always keep learning, always respect each other, and have fun. I think that went well, but do I tell them about #PTDOM and I want the conversation to start so we can get 1 million people to tune in and watch the Pro Tour? Nah, maybe next week.